Today we'll talk about the project I'm 100% involved and 100 also is just in positive. It's gonna be really huge. So if you don't mind, that would be really supportive if you could mute your phones, because you know when the phones are ringing, it's interrupting the speech. Okay, so let me tell you a few words about myself. I'm from Poland. I'm 44. And this is my family. In here it's my 8-year-old son with my wife. My wife is a judge. And here is my beautiful girl and the dog. And my also here is my daughter. As you could see, I'm enjoying my life, spending the time with great people, and it's a part of this project. Okay, going to cryptocurrencies. Well, some time ago, people are exchanging leather into amber. And it was normal for them. After that time, someone said, hello, maybe we'll start changing amber to the coins. Some of them are a little bit scared. Some of them were astonished, what for? But they start doing it. After that, after some time, people start exchanging letters to paper. And it was also a difficult moment, a scary moment for a lot of people. After some time, well, someone said, listen, I could pass the money through the bank. The virtual transfer of the money. Listen, how come? It's scary, but now all we know it's working well. Nowadays, we have the next step of cryptocurrencies. And this is the great change in a whole monetary system, which is causing nowadays a lot of fear. Some people are scary, but it's really happening, and this is the great future. So everything begins with Bitcoin, and it was in 3rd of January in 2009. So many people at that time are saying it's a scam, it's a pyramid, it will never work. Now we are all positive that Bitcoin is a fact, and what I show you during this presentation, all the hard evidence, all the facts about the cryptocurrency and the future basing on NetLeader's project and cryptocurrency such as DasCoin. Okay, so today we've got more than 1,600 cryptocurrencies. So it's really a lot. In 2009, 2010 it was only a Bitcoin. So the capitalization of the market, it's changing very fast. I got here $250 billion. Now it's over 350. So it's more than the whole capitalization of Coca-Cola or MasterCard. So it's a fact. This market is huge. And we need to know, we need to examine this market, because if we want or not, it will cost our lives. So nowadays we can pay with the Bitcoin buying products from Microsoft. It's possible. Nowadays we can on the exchange change the Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies to the currency of the country we are in, regular currency, and pay out from the cash machine. We can pay in some countries for T-Mobile products. In some countries for the KFC, Subway, or Virgin Galactic. Yes, it's possible. But anyway, we should face the difficulty that after 9 years, there is only 11,906 purchase points where you can pay in Bitcoin. So it's actually very little, and it's niche. So, and there are 650,000 online shops where you could pay with Bitcoin. It's still a little amount. So what are the great investors and successful people saying about Bitcoin? What they said this few years ago. So Gates said that the transaction in the near future will be universal, digital, and almost free of charge. And now this is happening. What said Sir Richard Branson, the owner of Vision Airlines? He said that blockchain will cause a great revolution in the whole economic world. Bitcoin is unstoppable. Cryptocurrencies are unstoppable. The only way to stop cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin is to turn off the internet. The only solution. But if we turn off the internet for, let's say, a week, it will cause many other difficulties in the world for sure. Otherwise, you need to face the fact that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, they are unstoppable. So this is the story of the Bitcoin. Well, first I've met Bitcoin in 2011. I was working at that time as sales director for IDG. It's the biggest IT publishing company in the world. And I remember like today, I was doing some report, it was around 1 a.m. and editor of Computer World come to my room and he said, listen Thomas, I'm writing an article about blockchain and Bitcoin. It's gonna be huge. I have good feelings about it. Let's invest some money. So I made a decision at the time to invest $1,000 and I bought at that moment 300 Bitcoins because Bitcoin price was for $1,300. So that's my first touch in the story about Bitcoin. So, but when we look in the past and we analyze, for example, the year of 2014 and we'll zoom it, it's looking like this. So many people nowadays are saying, listen Thomas, I lost a lot of money on Bitcoin because I bought Bitcoin in January for $20,000 and today it's less than 10,000. I'm saying, okay, I understand it perfectly. But do you need to sell it today or tomorrow? When we are thinking about any investment into cryptocurrencies, we should think in the long term. Because I'm positive, so of course my opinion, that Bitcoin would get till $50,000 this year. Even more, McAfee is saying 100,000. This is the future. But ups and downs, it's very typical on this market. So when we analyze another situation, here it looks pretty flat, but actually it's not. There were changes. And the true fact, if we decide to buy some Bitcoins in 2010 for $100, today we would get 75 million. And we could get the cash very easily. This is the fact. So, as I said, today we've got special websites such as coinmarketcap.com when we have more than 1,600 different cryptocurrencies. So it's not anymore the story of only Bitcoin. There are many currencies which are coming with better technology and much higher value. So let's look about the history of last year. We should know that 1 month in cryptocurrency market, it's like 1 year in other technologies. It's working really fast. So there are many opportunities which are coming to us and which are causing a lot of doubts. But when the doubts ends, the opportunity also ends. That's how it goes on. So let's us look at in here. For example, Bitcoin was around $1,000 in January 2017 and was around $13,000 in December the same year. What is the percentage of increase? Could anyone support me with counting?
1,200? Yeah.
1,200%. Okay. Let's go for the Ethereum of Vitalik Buterin. The Ethereum goes from around $8 to more than $700. What is the approximate increase in percentage? Around 10,000%. If you go for the Ripple, do you know Ripple? The cryptocurrency is the first cryptocurrency which was made by the banks. So the banking system nowadays is transferring money using Ripple. And the price of Ripple was less than 0.006. It was $6 and get to $2.10. It's 68,000% of increase. What I want to tell you here, that such an increase, it's something really normal in cryptocurrency market, and it's happening because these are the facts. The younger brother of Bitcoin, Litecoin, from $4 to 216. So that's how the cryptocurrencies are going. What are the experts are saying that most millionaires in 2018 will come from cryptocurrency market. And that's a fact. So what I want to introduce today to DasCoin, first hybrid cryptocurrency in the world. How it works? Some small part of the project is centralized. It's the same situation as with regular fiat currencies such as dollar, euro, yen or pound. Centralized, and we have regulations which are very important nowadays according to cryptocurrencies. But on the other hand, the major part of the project is decentralized, so it's working like with other coins. So we take the features that it's fast, it's on the less costs of the transactions. So we are working the same model as most currencies in the world. So it's a hybrid. We are in the middle, from the legal, technological, on these ways. So what we have in DasCoin, the blockchain of DasCoin take the best features from Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dash. So Dash today, the price is more than $700. If you go for Ethereum, more than $900. And we've got really fast blockchain. When we go for the Bitcoin, one block closes in 10 minutes. When we look at DasCoin, one block closes in 6 seconds. So it's really, really fast. But we add something to this market. We add KYC regulation, and we add DasPay. So the possibility how to pay with the cryptocurrencies in the whole world. So let me bring you some technical issue. So for example, Bitcoin, as I said, the block closes in 10 minutes. DasCoins in 6 seconds. The capacity of transactions, it's 2,000 per second when we go for the Visa. It's 115 per second when we go for the PayPal. We can make more than 100,000 per second. So it's really efficient and really fast. So as I said, we got regulations which are the most important. When the government or the banks are bewaring us of cryptocurrency. They are saying about cryptocurrencies without these regulations. I want to tell you and confirm that our project has all these regulations, such as KYC, so we know our customers. To deal with the DasCoins, you need to scan your ID and you need to bring your address proof. The other one, important regulation, is AML, anti-money laundering. And the third one, CFT, combating terrorist financing. These are, the whole world is talking about these three regulations and bewaring of all cryptocurrencies without them. We need to know that. We are opening in the near future, in this year, American market. It's a really important step because it's the most difficult market according to law and regulations. So I'm really happy because there are only few cryptocurrencies which are working legally on the US market. We will be one of them. So it's a really trusted project. So what about the security? Because when we are talking about the money, digital money or cryptocurrencies, it's always very important for the users. So at the first moment, I need to tell you that we have our digital wallet. So where we have our nick and our username and the password to get through the web wallet. It's the first step. The second step, we will be given 24 words private key, which will be made for us offline. I mean, we will do it offline. So it's the only person who knows your private key is you. So it's really secure. And the third thing, it's a validator made by the company called NanoLedger. And this is like USB you plug into your computer and you confirm the transaction at the end. So I could announce in here that we are the safest cryptocurrency in the world with these solutions. So you are really safe using DasCoin. With the Das exchange, it's one of the first exchanges based on blockchain. So it's impossible to steal any money from this exchange because blockchain is very, very safe technology. So at this moment you will see here that the price of one DasCoin is 50 cents. We would need this information a little bit later. Okay, and we've got the silver bullet of the project, which is called DasPay. So anyone of you, have you seen anyone paying with the phone? Who saw? Someone paying the phone? Thank you, yeah. It's possible, we can pay with the phone today. So we are using the technology which is working and for the first time will be adopted into cryptocurrency market. How this would work? So you have your web wallet and coins in here. We need only the terminal with NFC technology. NFC, near field communication technology. So in our plastic cards, it's called PayPass. Have you been paying with the PayPass? Okay, sure. That would work exactly the same. So, but what is very important, that using DasCoin, you can hire a boat in Egypt, Morocco, you can buy a coffee in Spain, you can pay for the subway in Tokyo, or buy a burger in New York. How come? Because the cryptocurrency, the DasCoin, will be translated into the currency, the country you pay. So the purchaser wouldn't even know that you pay in DasCoins, because he would get his price in the currency of his country. It means that automatically this way of paying money will be available in more than 60 million purchase points. Do you remember how many points, purchase points for the Bitcoin?
12.5.
Around 12,000. 60 million points. So this is the first cryptocurrency, in my feelings, that would go really mainstream. It's the first time in the world. You know, in technology you cannot be positive 100% because technology is growing very fast, but we are entering that space this year. We are really well prepared. There are really unbelievable people behind this project. So I think that we will be the first with this solution. So this is DasCoin. What will be also very important to put the money from one web wallet to another, it would also take 6 seconds. So maybe someone would be in Rio, for example. I was in Rio in January this year. So if I call to my friend in Poland and listen, I got some problems with my cards, I cannot pay. Can you send me some money? He would say, okay, I'll do it. So it will take 3-4 days, I don't know. And it will cost a lot because that will be a transfer between the banks. In this solution, I could send the money using one web wallet to another, and it will take 6 seconds. So in 6 seconds, I could start paying with DasCoins. So this is the future, and this is the silver bullet of the project. So this is the story, because what I'm saying, and when I'm looking at ICO phase, because DasCoin is ICO, initial coin offering, we are before going public. I also look at the promises which were done by the board members, and if they are keeping them. So in Zurich, it was 31st of March. At that moment, I'm not so happy. I was looking at DasCoin. I was not involved in the project. The blockchain was shown. This really fast blockchain working, closing block in 6 seconds, one. And 30th of September, Das Exchange was shown, web wallet and validator. So another promise done. 27th of April, we are going public. So it's a really perfect moment. It's one of the first presentations here in Spain according to this project. Do you know that the people who get a really good income from Facebook, they've got it buying shares before Facebook go public? So the opportunity, great opportunity, is now. And 2018, the DAS space starts. Sure. Today, we could be part of community by buying a license. It's a license for the software. It's the same license as for Windows or for Microsoft Office. The same one. We can have a license from 100 to 25,000 euros. It always depends which way we want to go. So at that moment we are the producers of DasCoins. And when the DasCoin go public, people start buying DasCoins. And what is very important, they will start buying from us, because we are the producers. What I'm saying, to compare it to something that we have a Rolls-Royce. It's a Rolls-Royce project. But we've got the parts of the Rolls-Royce today. And they are fixing, putting them together. So we are investing at that moment when they are fixing this beautiful project. Okay, so what is important that today we are buying the exact amount of DasCoins. When we invest 500, we would get 776 DasCoins. For example, when we look at the license for 5,000, let's say in January or in February, we would get more than 70,000 DasCoins for this. Okay, today it's still very attractive because it's over 18,000. but it's changing every 2 weeks. Because more people are getting involved, more people are start, digging. So that's why we have today this amount. In 2 weeks it will change to the lower one. Who are the people behind the project? Can you imagine that many people are deciding to buy some coins, some cryptocurrencies, without even knowing what is behind the project and who is behind the project? When I'm asking my friends, why did you decide to buy this cryptocurrency? Well, because my friend told me it's a good one, it's gonna increase. We are not examining at all. And many people are not doing this, but it's important. Who is behind DasCoin project? Brian Semkiff is very, very important person. I will tell you about him a little later. We've got in here Blake Baker, the CEO of DasPay. He was one of the first founders of Forex platform. We've got in a project Limson Hawk. Limson Hawk was sales director for compact computer Asia Pacific. So he started when the company was doing 30 million per year. After 7 years, bring company to 1 billion. After that time, Compact was sold to Hewlett Packard successfully. We got in here also Eberhard Wedekind. He was responsible for the Volvo marketing in the whole world. Now he is a board. He joins the board of DasCoin project. We've got in the project Professor Augustin Hatton Vinh. He's from Vietnam. Professor Augustin was an advisor for Ronald Reagan and George Bush. More than 30 years also experience in business. In the project we've got one woman from Poland, Anna Hejka. She's a serial entrepreneur, leading more than 20 companies, invest in more than 20 companies. She was awarded in the as a world leader of the future in World Economic Forum in Davos. She's a business angel, and she was one of the business angels in Dragon's Den program. So a really great experience. And finally, we've got Michael Matthias. Michael Matthias is the CEO of the project. He finished Princeton, so one of the most difficult university in the world, working for 10 years as a consultant for JP Morgan, 5 years doing marketing at American Express, and all of board members and many people that met Matthias, I was so happy. I was talking to him in Dubai for some time. A great vision and determination. These people are supporting and giving all the reputation for this. One of the important questions were what companies behind DasPay, because it's a silver bullet of this project. It could infect the price of DasCoin. I'm 100% positive. So here we got, I want to introduce you to Brian Semkiff. Brian Semkiff is the CEO of Carta Worldwide. Carta Worldwide, they made a part of PayPal. They support also the financial system of Vodafone. They also joined the projects such as Apple Pay for jobs, and they also made a system for Uber. Uber's over 1 million transactions per day. So the great experience and the great knowledge is behind this man. You can learn a lot about Carta Worldwide when you go for the Google. And these are the Google client, the Carta Worldwide clients. I think in the near future we'll see also DasCoin in here. And let me show you a short movie from the speech of Brian Semkiv. It was 31st of March, Net Leaders DasCoin event in Zurich.
And so I'd like to call Brian Semkiv up on stage, the CEO of Carta Worldwide.
Okay, and any Spanish people here? No Spaniards? No. We got people from UK, Netherlands, Germany, Italy. Anybody from those countries? All right. In those countries, there's a small telco there called Vodafone, who are bringing out a product called the Vodafone Wallet. And so if you went and got that product, you could load in a number of different credit cards, a number of things. We built that product for Vodafone. So we are the underlying technology, and no one ever hears of us. They hear of Apple Pay, they hear of Vodafone, and nobody really knows us. So Vodafone, that's our brand. There's another little company that we've recently been working with to allow them to gain access to the world's point-of-sale devices. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called PayPal. And most recently, when you think about trust, can you imagine, 5 years ago, would you get into a car, go to the airport with somebody you didn't know and, give them $50? Probably would. So there's this new little company that's come onto the market called Uber, which you now trust. The idea of getting into a car, giving somebody you don't know some money because they built a system of trust. And we have that's been our most recent project. And now, our sixth biggest project that's coming along is we're going to I want to set your expectations correctly. This is not trivial to be able to take a cryptocurrency and make it work at the world's point-of-sale devices. That's not a trivial job by any stretch of the imagination. I'm here basically to try to understand. I don't understand cryptocurrency, so this is really my first introduction. I'm just an electronic plumber. And so I'm here to learn that and to complete our agreement with DasCoin and to get involved in what looks to me is a very exciting project. And the goal of that is to allow you to spend your cryptocurrency anywhere you want in the world. Wow.
Really important, and a big player is doing DasPay, and we have as a DasCoin exclusivity from Carta Worldwide for this project. Okay, nowadays to get to the coin to the price of $30, $50, or $100, it's nothing very special, and we have a lot of coins without any usability or usage. Usage and usability nowadays for me is very important, because that would create the final price and the future in the long term of any coin in the world. It's really, really changing now. So, as I said, we have two very important steps in the near future. The first one, we are going public. So as a producer, it's a really great opportunity. With some doubts, okay, I don't have any doubts. Some people would have. But as I said before, when the doubts ends, the great opportunity ends. It's always the same situations, so it's very important to make a good decisions. So different amount of coins. Today, as I said, the price of DasCoin is at 50 cents. So in some situations, you could easily count, then you will get a good return, even if the price stays. But I am really positive that the price could not stay, because as you saw on the previous chart, some of them are increasing more than 1,000% in 1 year. So what would happen if you decide for the license executive for 5,000 euro, and the DasCoin will go, let's say, 5 euro. It means that you will get in this year 91,665 euro. If it goes to 10, it's another really nice amount, more than 183,000. If it goes 50, and if it goes 100, it's over 1,800,000 euro. The return when you buy a license for 5,000. If we are going for 25,000, I am the owner of such a license. So if it's only 5 euro, the return would be more than 916,000. 1.8 million when it goes 10. And more than 80 millions when it goes to 100. Is this possible? I cannot bring you more evidence. What I'm saying, of course, it's possible. So, many people are saying it's too good to be true. We need to understand that DasCoin is a not typical investment. It's a not bank deposit. Because if it is, that would be a pyramid or a scam. How come can we get 1,000% of income from investing 5,000 euro? So it's very important to understand that about the price of DasCoin decide community. At this moment there is a community of, let's say, around 100,000 people in the world. DasCoin is open in 160 countries, am I right? 160 countries. So we are at the very beginning. I strongly believe that before getting to public, that would be around 1 million people who decide to get a license. So do you remember the story when I first time bought my Bitcoins? 2011, 300 of them. Can you imagine that I believed to experts in 2014? I believed that the bubble would broke. So I decided to sell all of them for $300. At that moment I was happy. Not very today. Because if I keep my Bitcoins, I would earn, according to today's price, more than $3 million. So why I decide, and I am 100% positive and going with DasCoin, because I don't want to make the same mistake in this situation. Thank you a lot. That's all from me.